Inhale, exhale, and take a moment to imagine. You have followed a forest trail down to a river where the banks hold the weight of past centuries and also the generous shade of the enduring trees, all bending together to create room to breathe. Time slows down here, and for a moment, you finally feel you don't have to hurry anymore. And even when you feel this distinct gap between you and the water below, you are still free to be connected here. Yes, you are still free to be connected here. For you are both shaped by the same gravity of everything, and you are both learning to move through it all. Notice when the surface water appears restless. Notice when the pool beneath appears constant. Notice when you feel this tension within you too. Notice how both ways of being here can be true. Notice when the water sings, all is passing. Notice how all is passing. And even as the hours start to rush faster for you, you are still free to carry the river's rhythm with you. For yes, you are free, free to hold on to any little part of this rhythm that helps you breathe. Even here, I am steady and I am safe to envision forest trails that lead to the kind of place where a river keeps flowing amid all the unknowing, and I can arrive with it all and belong. So I wrote that piece thinking about a video game concept that I have where a character that you're playing is moving into a landscape where even before there's like an adventure or a certain set of tasks or things that they have to do within that particular environment, they kind of have this room to roam around and explore. So I started thinking about what could it look like to have some kind of like voiceover or poem that is kind of playing in some kind of way as a character moves into the landscape. And this is just a concept. I have nothing developed. But as I started writing it, I realized, in a way that kind of happens in real life as well. We end up moving into situations where we feel like we have like this character that we have to play. However, that's not typically always like a positive association. Typically, at least for me, the concept of like being on and like having to perform, those aren't things that I typically associate with calmness. It typically means like something energy draining, like, okay, I need to perform these tasks or I need to play this role. So I really wanted to kind of create something that felt like you were becoming this character that was just about to go and be and just sit by the river and exist and not have to worry. So that is my hope with that poem. And I want to try to start exploring other ways of writing like that because at times it can be hard to sit down and just write. At least for me, it's hard to sit down and just write from like a feeling or an emotion, just like a very abstract feeling. I have to kind of like have something. So this idea of thinking of a character, it kind of just takes the pressure off. It's like we all know that we have these roles that we have to play, and whether even it could just be like sibling or student or teacher or whatever your occupation is or your relationships. Like we can sense this role and all the responsibilities that come with that. And at the same time, we're also humans outside of the roles that we have, and we can just perhaps explore what it means to just be a character that just gets to be, that doesn't always have like a bunch of quests that um, need to be accomplished right away. So that's not something that I fully know what it looks like, but it's something that I hope I was able to unpack with that little short poem. And this is just my reflection on it. And I hope that that can be meaningful for you too, and that you also find places where whether you're writing or not, whether you're creating or not, but you feel free that you can just arrive and belong. Like, not every time you leave and go on some kind of journey or adventure, it means you have to go do something or accomplish something. That you can also create spaces where you feel free to just kind of be. So that's something I was exploring in that piece. And thank you so much for listening and for being here. And I look forward to hearing what you think. Thanks so much.